start off by looking at some BAP and eventually some Ana. Definitely more Ana in the VOD than BAP, but the big thing we'll cut on BAP is obviously we jump a bit too much against like Widow, Ashe, whatever. Not a big deal. Just keep that in mind. The big thing is dealing damage. A lot of Baptiste just kind of sit behind the team, throw out the right clicks, and don't really do much, right? Doing the damage, you don't have to flank, you don't have to kill 3v fight, but just getting a bit more pressure on the front line. Maybe finding a like clip or two and into the enemy squishy to pressure them off, right? Maybe you hit the enemy Genji for 50 damage so he can't really engage. That's kind of what we're looking for. And on Ana, it's basically the same thing, except instead of maybe using the gun, using her nades a bit more aggressively. Um, Generally, again, both these things, you don't have to every single fight hit a 6-man anti-nade. You don't have to every single fight kill 2, right? But if you're doing that once, twice, maybe even 3 times a game, that's they're gonna start getting more wins because they're actually taking it into your own hands. Like, kind of your team's fault, not gonna lie. But again, just playing out. Shouldn't be jumping against the Widowmaker, Ashe, or even like Soldiers, Cassidy's, potentially Hanzo's. But again, same thing here. We start jumping a bit. Just the entire VOD, just watch how much damage the Baptiste actually does. It's not really too much the entire time. Like here, this is good, like shooting the Genji.
I am ready.
Again, a lot of people know the tech, not really tech, but if you shoot twice, then shoot like a right click, it doesn't slow down your right clicks. So you can mix in damage without taking away heals. Now 2's kind of tough, so I recommend at least doing 1 in each shot that you can. Man, this kind of fight here, we throw a couple shots there, it's fine. What I'm really looking to do is we know we're gonna fight around here, right? So if we can maybe position up here to start, and this is a great spot. We're not really in a Widow sight line, right? If we maybe play the corner, we see her shooting, whatever. Play here, we can shoot the enemy hog. We can drop down even if we're scared of the Widowmaker, and as long as we're not like jumping up and down and not like doing stuff like that, we're not really too scared of this Widow. It's a tough shot for her to hit, and we're actually gonna mix in damage. Now again, don't like go too far with this, right? Don't stand here. Don't move, and just like shoot the enemy shield. That's obviously gonna be a feed. And if they didn't have a Widow again, you should play up here. You can shoot them as they're walking through. If you have a shield, you can do that too. But if not, obviously you're gonna die with Widowmaker.
Get in there.
Regen up. See through the dragon's eyes. You're fully healed. Get in here.
This would be a time to maybe mix in some left clicks, positioning this high ground here. You're able to pressure that hog a bit while healing. Just a little thing. Again, go to high ground, you have a better sightline for shooting. This was good. Can't really do too much, but again with the jumping, just watch out for it. From the Ana, we're really making sure we're going for nades, probably stuff like that. Do we have to do every fight? No, but we should have the option to. Every fight shows us the option to make a play.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. I have your back. Escort the payload.
Whatever, we're chilling, we get hooked by accident. Not a big deal. And team kills a couple before even anything happens really, but so like right now, the reason I say go high ground for nades is, for example, when you're playing low ground, directing where this nade will land is much easier to hit on this wall because of like your LOS and like the axis, like it's some math stuff. Than it would be to potentially stand here on low ground and try and aim it kind of flat, wherever there's on the ground. Sorry, that's why you hear a lot of people say like try and hit nades on walls. It's one of the reasons at least. So if we go high ground here and we want to maybe find a nade and we want to hit it back here, it's gonna be 10 times easier to hit it when we're playing over here than it would be to hit like playing like right here. And again, if we're against like a Widowmaker, for example, playing up here is a little risky because we can get headshot, obviously. But we're against Genji Tracer, so we really should be playing high grounds a lot more. And similar to the BAP damage, we're just keeping our eye out for kind of how we don't really ever find like any high value nades. We kind of just nade our tanks to heal them. Occasionally nade one of their tanks, which is value. Like right now, we have the option to go over here and we can play off this, and if they walk through, we can land a nade on the back line. Do we have to do that? No, but we have the option to. We should be doing that some fights, depending on the situation. If you're looking for a nade here, go for one eventually, a little late, and again, we don't really aim at anything of high value. So like right now, we know the fight's gonna happen. Probably like their backline. Sorry, it's gonna be around here, somewhere in this area. If we start up here, say, they come out, it's much easier for us to hit it, get value off of like nades, whatever. You're safer because then it's harder for them to get to you. Yeah, it's just overall win-win. Or if we want to play low ground, let's say they have a Widowmaker, right? We can't position up here. What's maybe we have the option to maybe in the mid fight, we peek out here, throw a nade, and then go back to the team. We kind of just sit inside of our tanks. And again, because we're just sitting and killing our tanks, not really taking the fight into our own hands, they're just walking to us.
Someone get that payload moving. This will help.
And maybe another scenario where we go and like go high ground. If we want to talk in voice chat, we can say, you know, let's go go high ground if we want. But even if you don't want to talk, it's totally okay. Going up here, you're gonna have to win a 1v1 eventually, whether it's a hog and you maybe sleep him and walk away, or you see, oh, there's a Cassian Tracer, I'm just gonna drop. That's fine. But just kind of walking down main, again, obviously like we talked about, it's hard to hit nades, etc. But they're just gonna kill you either way. Like it's not like you're just safer going low ground. You at least would like the option to go up there and maybe no one's there and you get the free nade. Hang on, even though, yes, obviously you want to hit somebody with a nade, we're still just gonna like, we're just healing tanks, for example.
Hello there. Go. You're powered up. Get in there.
Again, to look for a nade a little sooner. We end up landing it, which is nice. This was clean. That's disgusting. Again, going the high ground there. Instead, we're kind of sitting on cart. So here, again, I hate saying that word, I keep saying it, but we have the option. This would be feeding. This would just be inting. If we go over here and try for a nade, we go over here, we look for a nade. Do we have to do that? No, we don't, right? But sometimes we're gonna have to, and we're like looking out for it. Because like so far, we haven't really hit one high value anti. That was nice. A little lucky the Ryan dropped his shield, but
Round
I need the hog there. Totally fine.
Activating the barrier.
you're covered.
So remember, go high ground. We have the option to. We're thinking about it. Maybe it's not the play this time, but again, it's in our mind. It's cooking.
This will only hurt for a minute. Take your medicine.
Stuff like that's fine. Hitting a hog on the plank.
Get healed. I've seen it. You're going to
Still, we're gonna be looking for a nade in the backline. That entire fight, really. Like Braves are backing up. We nano our sig and look for it.
30 seconds remaining.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Science will
I don't know if we want to look at the nails. So it's kind of a weirder VOD review to try and whatever teach or whatever, because it's not so much that it's what we're doing is wrong. It's that what we're not doing. Obviously, like we're totally fine. We are like could be positioning a little farther back. We're kind of finding ourselves inside of our tanks a lot, which is bad. But for the most part, we're doing a decent job of staying alive. Right, we're doing a really good job of healing our team. Um, we're hitting sleep cooldowns like fine. It's just we're never really like there's not a fight where like wow, Glitch really hard carried this. And you don't need to do that every single fight. But you're gonna have to do it a couple fights every match to in order to climb or whatever.